Welcome back to my channel, The Coins World. Today, we're taking a fascinating journey back in time to explore the rich history of the 1940 Liberty Wheat Penny. This coin might look like a simple cent, but it carries decades of American history, symbolism, and hidden value that makes it a favorite among collectors and enthusiasts. Its story stretches from the heart of the Great Depression into the early years of World War II, making it more than just a piece of copper. It's a symbol of resilience and change. The 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of the iconic wheat cent series, officially known as the Lincoln Cent, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, breaking from the previous tradition of using allegorical figures like Liberty. By 1940, the wheat penny had already been in circulation for over 3 decades, becoming a familiar and trusted part of everyday American life. On the obverse, the 1940 penny features the famous bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, can be found discreetly at the bottom of the reverse side on some issues from earlier years. Above Lincoln's head is the word Liberty, a powerful reminder of the nation's founding values. To the left of Lincoln is the motto, "In God We Trust," which had appeared on U.S. coins since the 19th century. Below is the date 1940, anchoring this coin in a time of both recovery and impending global conflict. The reverse design showcases 2 wheat stalks curving inward along the edges, framing the inscriptions, 1 cent and United States of America. The wheat ears symbolize agricultural prosperity and the strength of the American farmer, a theme that resonated deeply during the first half of the 20th century. The motto E Pluribus Unum arches across the top, reflecting the nation's unity despite diversity. The year 1940 sits at an interesting crossroads in U.S. history. The Great Depression had ravaged the nation throughout the 1930s, but by 1940, the economy was slowly rebounding thanks to New Deal policies and the beginnings of war production. Although the U.S. had not yet entered World War II, global tensions were rising rapidly, and the country was preparing for the possibility of conflict. This backdrop gives the 1940 wheat penny a historical depth that makes it especially intriguing. The Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of 1940 pennies, and these coins carry no mint mark. Additionally, the Denver Mint produced coins marked with a D, and the San Francisco Mint struck coins with an S mint mark. Together, these 3 mints produced an astonishing total of over 780 million pennies in 1940, reflecting the economic recovery and the increasing circulation needs of the country. Although the 1940 wheat penny is not considered extremely rare, certain variations and conditions can make it valuable. High-grade examples with full original red luster are especially prized. Collectors often look for coins graded MS65 or higher by professional services, as these can fetch significantly higher prices than their face value. The composition of the 1940 wheat penny is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which was standard for Lincoln cents from 1909 until mid-1942. This metal content gives the coin its warm, reddish-brown tone, which can deepen over time depending on storage conditions. Well-preserved examples often display stunning shades of red, brown, or a mix of both, which can greatly influence their desirability and market value. One of the fascinating aspects of collecting 1940 wheat pennies is the search for varieties and mint errors. Double-die obverse varieties, where the lettering or date shows slight doubling, can be worth significantly more than regular issues. Similarly, off-center strikes, clipped blankets, and other minting anomalies add an extra layer of excitement for collectors. The 1940 penny also plays an important role in transitional numismatics. Just 2 years later, in 1942, the U.S. Mint would begin experimenting with different compositions due to wartime metal shortages, leading to the famous 1943 steel cent. This makes 1940 one of the last pre-war copper issues, capturing the end of an era before major changes took place in U.S. coinage. During this period, pennies were more than just small change. They were a part of everyday life that touched every corner of the country, from bustling cities to quiet rural towns. Millions of 1940 wheat pennies passed through the hands of factory workers, soldiers, farmers, and children. Each coin carried stories of resilience and hope during uncertain times. Collectors today see the 1940 penny as a window into that world. It represents not only Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy but also the determination of a nation preparing to face global challenges. When you hold one of these coins, you are holding a piece of history that witnessed the final peaceful years before America's involvement in World War II. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a 1940 wheat penny's value. Coins that remain in mint state condition, especially those with full red coloration, can be worth many times their face value. Proof coins from this year are also highly collectible, although the mint did not produce proof sets from 1943 to 1949. 1940 proof cents were struck in limited numbers, making them rare and sought after today. The 1940 proof wheat penny is particularly stunning with mirrored fields and frosted devices. These coins were struck multiple times to ensure sharp detail, and many were carefully preserved by collectors of the time. As a result, high-grade proof examples still exist and can command strong prices on the market. The significance of the 1940 penny also lies in its role in numismatic education. Many new collectors start with wheat pennies because they're accessible, historically meaningful. We're traveling back to the year 1940 to uncover the fascinating story behind the Liberty 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another everyday nickel, but its place in American history and numismatics is far more significant than many realize. The year 1940 was a time when the United States was on the brink of monumental change. While the nation had not yet entered World War II, the effects of the global conflict were being felt strongly. The American economy was recovering from the Great Depression, and industries were shifting gears to support war efforts abroad. This changing landscape influenced not only politics and economics but also the country's coinage. The Liberty 5-cent coin of 1940 features the enduring portrait of Thomas Jefferson, America's third president and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The design was introduced in 1938, replacing the long-running Buffalo nickel series, created by artist Felix Schlag. The Jefferson nickel represented a more classical and architectural vision of American identity. On the obverse side, Jefferson's profile faces left. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1940 surround his portrait. The reverse depicts Monticello Jefferson's famous home in Virginia, a symbol of his intellect, innovation, and connection to American ideals. Above Monticello is the Latin motto "E pluribus unum." Below it reads Monticello 5 cents and United States of America. The year 1940 saw the continued production of this iconic design. This was only the third full year of the Jefferson nickel series, making early examples like the 1940 issue historically important for collectors. Production occurred at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each leaving its mark on the coinage of the era. The Philadelphia Mint, which struck coins without a mint mark, at this time produced the largest number of 1940 nickels. Denver coins bore the D mint mark, while San Francisco coins were marked with an S. Together, these issues reflect the scale of coinage needed to support a growing economy still recovering from economic hardship. In total, more than 176 million Jefferson nickels were struck in 1940. Philadelphia produced approximately 176,485,000 coins. Denver struck around 43,540,000, and San Francisco contributed about 39,690,000. These numbers show the massive demand for coinage in daily transactions as the economy regained momentum. What makes the 1940 nickel especially fascinating is its position at the crossroads between peacetime coinage and the dramatic changes that would come during World War II. Just 2 years later, in 1942, the U.S. Mint would alter the composition of the nickel, removing most of the nickel metal and introducing the famous silver wartime nickels to conserve materials for the war effort. The 1940 Liberty 5-cent coins were still made from the original composition of 75 Liberty wheat penny in your collection or lying around unnoticed. This might just be the moment that turns the tables for you. This coin carries a fascinating story and some hidden value that might surprise you. Stick around until the end to learn its potential price and how you can sell it the right way. The 1945 Liberty wheat penny was minted during a pivotal moment in world history. As World War II was coming to an end, the United States Mint continued to produce the beloved Lincoln wheat penny. These coins were struck in 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint coins have no mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco carry the D or S. The 1945 penny reflects the wartime era when metal usage was carefully managed. Unlike the steel cents of 1943, the 1945 pennies return to the traditional bronze composition, giving them their familiar reddish-brown tone. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, and on the reverse, the famous wheat ears framing 1 cent, which collectors around the world have come to love. Although millions of these coins were minted, not all 1945 pennies are the same in value. The true worth of a coin depends on its condition, mint mark, and the presence of any errors or unique striking characteristics. A well-preserved, uncirculated 1945 penny with sharp details and original luster can command a significantly higher price than a worn example that has been in circulation for decades. Collectors and such errors are often sought after because they transform an ordinary penny into a collectible piece with a much higher market value. A clear, well-defined error combined with a high-grade condition can make a major difference in how much a collector is willing to pay. The grading of the coin also plays a crucial role. A 1945 Liberty wheat penny in circulated condition may have modest value, but when professionally graded by trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC and found to be in mint state, its price can increase dramatically. Coins with minimal wear, no damage, and full original details are the ones collectors compete for, especially if they come from the Denver or San Francisco mints in top condition. Historically, the 1945 penny marks a significant moment because it represents the last full year of World War II. These coins were part of everyday life for Americans. During a time of great change and hope, people carried these pennies in their pockets during victory celebrations, rationing periods, and moments of national transition. That historical connection gives this coin more than just face value.